Hello, my name is Charlie Gerber. I'm an executive director at Christian Counseling Services. I've been in practice over 39 years. I've written 12 books. This podcast, owner, is an acrostic. It stands for Our World's Nuts, Elohim Reigns. This podcast will address the craziness in our society. Colossians 1:17 says it best. We should not be taken captive by hollow and deceptive philosophy, which depends on human tradition and the basic principles of this world rather than on Christ. That's exactly what's taking place in our society right now, is being taken captive by hollow and deceptive philosophy. These philosophies are taught in the media, they're taught in education, they're taught by the government. And this podcast, owner, which once again stands for Our World's Nuts, Elohim Reigns, will look at these philosophies. The nice thing is everything we're going through right now, God reigns. Revelation 11:15 says the seven trumpets sounded and God will reign and rule the earth forever. Father, we recognize God as Father. We recognize He's going to reign over this whole planet forever, and we can hardly wait. But as we're here, we have to deal with the craziness of this world. What are some crazy things taking place? Well, transgender, non-binary, sexual identity, no right or wrongs. These are just few of the things in our society which are crazy. How about the 50-year-old man in Canada who identified as a 13-year-old girl, and he was allowed to swim in a competition against 13-year-old girls? That's crazy. Let me give you an illustration in our first episode. This is my coffee can. This is my favorite coffee. It's called Chock Full O' Nuts. The reason why I love this coffee brand is because this describes what's taking place in our society right now. Our society, with its philosophies, is chock full of nuts. And as Christians, we got to figure out how to deal with the nutty world. It can be very difficult. This podcast will focus on what our response should be. This podcast will focus on what our belief system should be on God. We'll look at how God reigns and how God rules and how that's important to understand. I'm excited to do this. Obviously, this technology is new for me, so this will be a growing experience, but it should be fun. I hope you enjoy it too.